The year is 1967. The world is in a state of flux, with political tensions and revolutionary movements shaping the global landscape. The world is captivated by a charismatic revolutionary, Ernesto Che Guevara. His speeches ignite the hearts of many, and his vision of a united socialist Latin America inspires countless followers. He is a legend in life, a phantom fading in and out of remote battlefields. His presence is both a symbol of hope and a harbinger of change. But the hunter is about to become the hunted. The jungles of Bolivia, once a sanctuary, are now a treacherous maze. Deep in the Bolivian jungle, Che's revolution is faltering. The dense foliage and rugged terrain make every step a struggle. His band of guerrillas, weary and depleted, face a relentless enemy. The harsh conditions and constant skirmishes have taken their toll. The CIA-trained Bolivian army closes in, their every move shadowed. They are well-equipped and determined to crush the rebellion. Che, weakened by illness and asthma, pushes on, driven by an unyielding belief in his cause. His health deteriorates, but his spirit remains unbroken. His dream of a unified socialist South America seems distant, yet he clings to it with unwavering conviction. Every speech, every plan, is a testament to his enduring hope. But time is running out for Che Guevara. The sun sets on his revolution, and the shadows of his pursuers grow ever closer. Che Guevara, the iconic Argentine Marxist revolutionary, sought to replicate the success of the Cuban Revolution in the heart of South America. Bolivia, a nation grappling with poverty and inequality, was ripe for revolution, or so he believed. His goal was to ignite a continental uprising, toppling domino after domino of capitalist regimes. He envisioned a socialist utopia, free from the shackles of imperialism. However, Che underestimated the resolve of the Bolivian government and the United States' determination to thwart his plans. The terrain was unforgiving, the locals unwelcoming. His dream of a continental revolution was fading, replaced by the harsh reality of a desperate struggle for survival. The Bolivian army, under the guidance of CIA advisors, employed counterinsurgency tactics. They relentlessly pursued Che and his dwindling band of guerrillas. Informants were everywhere, their whispers betraying the revolutionaries' every move. The jungle, once their sanctuary, became a treacherous labyrinth. Supplies dwindled, communication lines were cut, and isolation set in. Che, the brilliant strategist, found himself outmaneuvered and outnumbered. The noose tightened, squeezing the life out of his revolution. The world, once captivated by his every move, now waited with bated breath for news from the Bolivian jungle. Section 4. Ambush at Yuro Ravine. On October 8, 1967, Che's column stumbled into a carefully laid trap in the rugged Yuro Ravine. Bolivian soldiers, hidden amongst the foliage, unleashed a hail of gunfire. The guerrillas, caught off guard, fought back fiercely but were hopelessly outgunned. Che, wounded in the leg, continued to direct his men, his voice hoarse but resolute. His weapon jammed, a cruel twist of fate in the final act of his revolution. He was captured, his dream of a liberated South America shattered against the rocks of the ravine. The legend, the myth, the man, was now a prisoner. Section 5. Prisoner of the Regiment. Che, wounded and defeated, was taken to a dilapidated schoolhouse in the small village of La Higuera. The once vibrant revolutionary now found himself in a place of despair, surrounded by the echoes of children's laughter that had long since faded. He was held overnight, a captive of the very forces he sought to overthrow. The room was small and cold, the air thick with tension. Outside, soldiers stood guard, their faces a mix of triumph and unease. The world held its breath, awaiting news of his fate. Headlines around the globe screamed for updates, and people everywhere debated what would come next. Would he be executed? Would he be given a chance to speak? Some hoped for a show trial, a platform for Che to once again rail against injustice. Others feared the worst, imagining a swift and brutal end to his life. The tension was palpable, a global audience gripped by the unfolding drama. Inside the schoolhouse, Che, weak but defiant, engaged in conversations with his captors. He spoke with a calm intensity, his eyes burning with the same fire that had driven him to fight for his beliefs. He spoke of his ideals, his unwavering belief in the power of the people. His words were a mixture of hope and defiance, a testament to his enduring spirit even in the face of imminent death. His captors, hardened soldiers tasked with ending his revolution, found themselves strangely drawn to the charisma of their prisoner. They listened, perhaps against their better judgment, captivated by the strength of his convictions and the passion in his voice. Section 6. A last cigarette and a final farewell. Orders came down from the Bolivian High Command. Influenced by their American advisors, Che Guevara was to be eliminated. On October 9, 1967, Che Guevara was executed in the La Higuera schoolhouse. He met his death with courage, uttering his now famous last words, "Shoot me, coward, you're only going to kill a man." Che's body, along with those of his fallen comrades, was displayed in Vallegrande as proof of his demise. His hands were severed, a gruesome souvenir for his captors. The news of his death sent shockwaves across the globe. The revolutionary icon, the face of resistance, was gone. Section 7. Legacy of a Revolutionary. Che Guevara's death marked the end of his Bolivian campaign, a campaign that was fraught with challenges and resistance. His demise in the Bolivian highlands was not just the fall of a man, but the end of a fervent dream for many, and for many, signaled the end of revolution in Latin America. However, Che's image, emblazoned on posters and t-shirts, became more than just a memory. It transformed into a powerful symbol of defiance and hope. His face, with its iconic beret and intense gaze, became a universal emblem of resistance, became a global symbol of resistance, a testament to the power of one man's ideals. His writings, filled with passionate calls for social justice and armed struggle, became the Bible for revolutionaries around the world. These texts were not just words on paper, they were a call to action, a manifesto for change. An armed struggle became the Bible for revolutionaries around the world. From the streets of Paris to the jungles of Vietnam, his influence was unmistakable. In Paris, students and workers took to the streets, inspired by his vision. In Vietnam, soldiers fought with his words echoing in their minds. Che's name echoed as a rallying cry against oppression. His legacy, though complex and controversial, transcended borders and ideologies, uniting people from diverse backgrounds in a common cause. His image was painted on walls, carried in marches, and held high in protests, inspiring generations to fight for a more just and equitable world. Che Guevara may have met his end in a dusty Bolivian village, but his spirit lived on, an eternal flame of revolution. His ideals continue to inspire modern-day social justice movements, reminding us that the fight for equity and justice is far from over, but his spirit lived on, an eternal flame of revolution. His famous quote, "Hasta la victoria siempre," or "Until victory always," remains a powerful reminder of his enduring influence. The torch of revolution that he lit continues to burn brightly, inspiring new generations to carry forward his vision of a better world.